If you've been watching these update videos or even the live stream, you know that recently I've been referring to this period as the calm before the storm, or I have another weather-based analogy such as we're in the eye of the hurricane. So it's the calm part, but something's coming down the pike and we're pretty much done with that calm period. I hope you are watching this video in time because to conclude this trading week, we are back in the storm. In this video, we have a lot of things to break down, but here are the major themes we're going to be getting into. I want to review today because I saw something interesting. I want to prep you up for tomorrow. I want to give you some stats, facts, and figures because those nerds in the lab gave them to me, so I want to share them with you so you can trade with the odds on your back. And then at the end, I want to give you a surprise candidate that right now in the short term, I really think I need you to put it on your watch list because I think we have a beautiful trading opportunity. So if that sounds good, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I do appreciate the engagement. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts and opinions and concerns in a comment below. And with that being said, let's rock. By the time the world's largest casino went dingity ding 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 today, Thursday, February the 6th, the official headline was S&P 500 posts modest gain, notching third straight winning session. Now, if you happen to be a swing trader, kind of looking at the daily chart, this whole setup right now seems nice. But if you're a degenerate day trader like me, man, oh man, has the past couple of days been pretty painful. Before we get to that, I just saw a little story here I want to share with you. Trump administration demands a list of low-performing federal workers. Now, the reason that I'm including this is because I find it absolutely hilarious. The Trump administration ordered all federal departments and agencies to submit lists of employees who have received less than quote-unquote fully successful job performance ratings in the past 3 years. Back when I was a corporate cog in working America, I was the worst employee. I can't imagine I'd be sitting in my cubicle right now and worrying that the president of the United States is personally coming to axe my job. I was just thinking about it. I did some, mental role play if I were sitting here, and just what a wild, wild world we are getting into. So this narrative might develop to something greater. We don't know how it's going to impact Doge and the economy and what's going on with all of our taxes and is debt going up or down. So maybe something to pay attention to. This story could get really big. So I just wanted to throw that out there to all of you. Bringing it back to the market for the day. Overall, pretty green. On the screen right now is the heat map for the S&P 500. And the only true weakness, a little bit in the healthcare sector. Things not so happy. As I alluded to, if you were watching the market throughout the day, dude, it was a white knuckle roller coaster. So the SPY ended up actually notching in a pretty nice gain of 0.35%. The Qs were up 0.5. Palantir, we've been talking about this one now for weeks. Holy crap, this thing does not stop ripping. And right now, the reason post-market's going so crazy is because of Amazon. So I'll be touching on that near the end of the video. But let me show you what happened this morning. If you were watching the show, you know, early today I pointed out inverse Iron Condor, inverse Captain Condor, whatever you want to call him or her, maybe even it could be a robot for all I know, but two very large debit spreads, not credit spreads. So if you look at these levels, 6,080, if you look at these levels of 6,035, we know they were going to be important bounds today. And then also using other metrics such as GEXBot and also just understanding the Bayesian probabilities that we're going to get from Edgeful, we were able to mark out all the key levels and look how it played out. All these levels were marked out before the market opened. We opened, went right to that first resistance, came down, get the downside gap fill. This sell-off right here came out of nowhere, no news. And then things got worse later around 2:30, something like that. Right, this sell-off, once again, no news, came right down, hit the closing value, hit support, bounced off of it, ripped right back up. Guess what? To the called out resistance level. Folks, this is exactly why you have to pay attention to the options positioning and the options flow, because it just gives you so much valuable, profitable information of where support, resistance, and continuation might be. On the screen right now, yeah, the white line is the price movement of the S&P 500. And then we have the delta flow as well, which is the measure of the bullishness or bearishness within the options market. So you can see pretty much all day it was weak. We sold off, we were flat, really sold off, and then we double bottom and then just ripped right into close for seemingly no reason. And like I said, if you were watching this throughout the day, you know that this craziness in the morning and right here, there was no news behind it. It was just, someone was just hitting the tape over and over again. And I was just watching this in the Discord, and man, oh man, when we were all like just cheering this on in the market close, absolutely crazy day. But I do want to clarify that these drops and pops, it was more so because of low liquidity environments and not some major news that everyone was trading off of. So I want to put that out there. And that's why really today, the day before, and even the day before that, a bit more quiet. To start the week off, it was very tariff driven. And right now we're kind of waiting for the updates on that. But we also have something big coming down the line. And I'm talking about the unemployment report that comes out at 8:30 in the morning. So an hour before the market opens, we're getting the unemployment report. And you do end up getting that the first Friday of every new trading month, and it can cause quite a bit of volatility. On the screen right now, this is the S&P 500, and I looked at the last year and an extra month of all unemployment reports, and I said, hey, nerds in the lab, give me the stats, facts, and figures for this so my glorious audience members can have better odds of making some money. And they did crunch the numbers for me, and I want to give them to you. So listen up. Out of the last 13, what I did was I looked at the previous day's close relative to the next day's open. That's the first thing that all those nerds in the lab gave me. And 10 of them were gap ups. So if you happen to be swinging a bullish position overnight, congratulations to you. Then for the day of, as in from tomorrow's open to tomorrow's close, I wanted those numbers as well. 8 were green days, aka 8 were bullish days, and then 5 were bearish days. So between those two, clearly these events do favor the bulls, at least they have over the past 13. But there's also one thing I wanted to add in. Over the last 13, the size of the gap, like how aggressive is the movement from that previous day's close to the next day's open, 9 of them were relatively small. So it does seem as if with inflation reports, CPI and PCE, we get larger gaps. So just want to throw that out there. Don't feel like you're going to be missing out on too much of the gap. You could wait till tomorrow's open. So just wanted to share that information. But the TLDR is that this day coming up definitely does favor the bulls, not by an astounding amount, but I just right now, if I generically had to pick a side, yeah, I'm going to go with the side of history. So wanted to share that with all of you. What's going to have a big impact is how people react to Amazon as well. Amazon literally just reported its earnings. Amazon issues disappointing guidance, even as earnings top estimates. I'm filming this in real time. How's it going? Amazon right now in real time, it is down 2.3%, but who knows? These things have been so absurdly crazy that by the time you're watching this, Amazon might be amazingly green, or it could be even more horrifically red. If anything, I would just wait to pre-market session tomorrow to really see what's going on with it. And now that brings us to the surprise candidate that I think all of you watching this right now should be paying attention to. It's a little unknown stock. It's a little tech startup that I don't think many people have even heard of before, and it goes by the ticker of NVDA. Why I like it right now on Nvidia is the actual technical setup is very exciting. So it got hit. Then it really came down. It all came down because of the DeepSeek news. Really couldn't recover. Tried to recover the very next day after the DeepSeek news. But then from there, lower highs, lower lows. And what caught my attention was if you draw this high out, okay, interesting. We got a trend line breakout. And then from there, it followed through. And now we're knocking on the door of breaking out of this entire region, which could potentially set up this upside gap fill all the way to 141.88, which is the low from Friday, January the 24th. So I like that. That was the first thing I was considering. Okay, we see that the overall market is trending up. We know that Nvidia is in a space that right now is also the sub niche is trending to the upside. We saw this nice technical breakout. And then on top of that, to tie it all together, I looked at the options flow. All day, people were buying longer duration calls. This delta, just that was the aggression in the bull market. And then I wanted to check out what was going on. Right now, the open interest, a lot of people are calling out 130. Large open interest. And right now, this is the entire option structure. And I also wanted to include what we have for this expiration, the next expiration, and the next expiration. So for this one, there are definitely some long calls to 131. Next expiration, we're looking at 132. So I just wanted to call out some of the levels that people are currently targeting, but obviously with any coming trading day, you can see updated levels. So make sure to stop by on the live stream. And if you want these numbers in real time, I'm more than happy to provide them to you. But right now, between the overall market movement, where this subsector is going, the technicals and the options, Nvidia is definitely worth a spot on your watch list, especially if you're a day trader or swing trader. There's some excitement going on right now. So just wanted to put that all on your attention and do with that info whatever you want. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope to see you tomorrow for the unemployment report. And like I said at the beginning of this video, we were in the eye of the hurricane. This was the calm before the storm. And I think tomorrow is going to get pretty wild. So make sure you are sizing down, respecting your risk, and follow your trading plan. That's what I have for you now. Love you all.
Peace.